This forum does not reflect the official opinion of the Corn Mafia Guild. Rather, it serves as a platform for members and guests to express their individual perspectives and opinions. We hope to create an environment where a variety of topics and conversations can take place, ultimately enriching the experience of our members and guests. We value and respect diverse opinions, and we encourage all to engage in respectful discourse.
Hello. I hope you can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay, Fryla?
Yes, sir.
All
Loud and
right.
clear.
Jesus, what a nightmare this morning has been.
Technical difficulties, man.
Well,
They are abound.
I thought my new control panel here, my audio interface, I thought something was wrong with it. I couldn't get it to work right because I'm trying to do shit through Discord and it's not working right through Discord. So I figured it was something wrong with the machine itself. And then we did a little test on 2-week links to see if it was working, and it's working. So it's not.
Yeah,
Discord.
That's a scientific method. You got to test one hypothesis at a time. You can't have two variables like Discord and something else in there, right?
Yeah. So I'm glad it's working. It's a pretty nice interface.
Definitely, man. And I would be bummed if we had to cancel last minute. I definitely look forward to these.
Yeah, I would
spaces, but I mean, I would be dead in the water without you.
I would have just used my phone.
Oh yeah.
I would have just talked to my phone. So
where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, it's just more convenient to do it here on this thing.
So, yeah, it sounds a lot better too. So
yeah. So how are you today?
Man,
are you on your new mic today, or are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
All right.
Eventually, I'll figure out the mic. I love the new mic placement that you helped me with. So, it's really comfortable.
Yeah.
Anyways,
dude, it's a lot better than being directly inside your mouth.
Yes, I guess. I mean, this is how I grew up using them, so.
I grew up using microphones with them directly inside my mouth. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to get like a larger foam piece for this one, but otherwise,
no, you don't. You don't need a larger
No,
foam.
I was kidding.
Not unless you're going to stick it in your rear.
Man,
Hello.
Everyone's changing their profile picture in the audience.
Hello. Yeah.
I can't even recognize anybody anymore.
Who's changing profile pics?
Price Pro, Kef.
Jesus. How come Scruffy's not coming up? What the hell? Is he busy today?
He's punishing us for last week.
Why? What happened last week? I don't remember. I got a short-term memory.
I remember him being like, "Well, should I just leave?" And we were like, "No."
No, it must be from all my drug use as a young man. I don't remember shit. I remember the drug use. I just don't remember anything else. Hello.
Yeah, at least you have those memories.
Hey, they're fun. They're fun. Some are fun. A lot of fun and a lot of very terrifying. Things.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days we'll do a war stories space.
Oh hell no! I'll scare everybody away.
If you do that, you have to make it like 3 hours long.
Yeah, probably.
Do you think Stein could cap it in an hour and a half? Come on.
No, I don't think. Well, I don't know, man. I've been talking about my stories for over a year now in Discord. So I got a good 30 years of horror stories. So
I meant more for me.
Oh,
but yes, Stein as well. I know he has a storied past as well. But yeah, I've got some stories.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to get a recap on 2-week links one of these days. And you know what, Stein, while I'm on the topic of 2 weeks links and you and Seven, I think I mentioned it to Scruffy the other day.
Me and Seven are broken up. Me and Seven are not together anymore. He's cheating on me.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. We all knew he was too good for you. You got the memories still, Stein. Just
I know. I got the wonderful memories of looking at his bald head over the internet.
Yeah, you outkicked the coverage on that one.
7 and I are right. 7 and I, you're cool.
But I was gonna say that you guys both have really interesting stories, and you guys both run a show where you interview other people, and your guests have been interesting. But I think it'd be interesting to turn the camera around and get you guys' story.
No, those are not for public display.
Oh, I like it. I like it. A reverse 2-week links.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Where the guest interviews them.
No, but we can't do that because see, then all our knowledge, all our knowledge base of all the things that we've gone through will be released in the public, and you guys, it'll just destroy it. It won't be any good.
No, I think that'll be your highest ratings. You do that one for Sweeps Week.
Yeah,
Sweep week.
I want to see it.
All right. Okay, Copi Cafe episode 52. I don't know if we should. I want to dissect this thing, but I don't know if we should. I hope everybody's pulling it up on their computer. So, here's the URL. It's no.
Oh my god.
M3EBC.
https://
Is it / or backslash?
/
Just schooled me in my DMs.
That's a / / Backslash goes backwards.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he explained it to me, so now I know it.
Unless you're looking at the backslash and you're really cool and you're sliding your feet across the floor, then that's that's how you look at it, I guess. All right. So yeah, I don't have on this new system, I don't have my compressor all set up and everything. So if I get a little loud, I'm sorry. My other one had a compressor that was tuned in. I haven't tuned this thing in yet. Okay.
I like how he's apologized for being loud as he trails off.
I don't know. Is my microphone? Okay.
No, you're all right. You're all right. You just it was more your tone kind of just getting a little bit lower.
Yeah, just getting
it's that northern drawl, you know what I'm saying?
Northern just don't have drawls. That's southern. We have
how
do
you explain trustworthy?
We don't have any R's. We forgot where the R's were. We can't park our cars over there. Okay, so I want to dissect the graphics of the game. Not so much the rest of the stuff. Like I'm not really interested in what they had to drink. But I did notice that they did pop my name in there. But I didn't see that until after I rewatched it.
That's because you skipped to the end. You skipped past where they mentioned your name.
Well, they have leaks, and you have to get in there and fix that leak before it ruptures. So it's very important that you get there first.
Priority. That makes sense.
Right. The leak is priority. Okay. So I'm starting at 24 minutes and 38 seconds. So if you guys want to follow in. Okay.
Man, straight to gameplay.
Right, straight to gameplay. Yeah, I think we should go gameplay unless we want to see if Scruffy's been up to anything this week.
Well, I'm actually working on a video. It is a video on the developer update that Matt released last week, and I'm a little behind on it, but I am putting several images of Copi Cafe 52, or that screenshots and videos that were out of Copi Cafe 52. So I just recently went through it with a fine-tooth comb.
Oh. Did you get any lice out of it?
I did not. I used some special shampoo before I went in there, and it was all good to go. So,
all right.
But I was thinking, I wasn't sure if anybody had any kind of overall views before you get into it all granularly, just kind of what people thought, because I personally was blown away. And again, I'll sit there and say we had a huge buildup to episode 50.
Mm-hmm.
And while it was very good, because we had this so huge buildup, I don't know if it quite lived up to the hype. But then episode 51 came out, and it was even better than 50. And it was like, all right, good, this is great. And then episode 52 came out, and it was like, holy balls, Batman, this is amazing. At least that's what I thought about it. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on, the evolution of the last few Copi Cafe.
Yeah. Well,
actually, yeah.
I thought
I
thought the 50 was built up because we built it up on Twitter. A few days before. We were like, all the conjecture. What do we have? I don't know. Maybe they're releasing, maybe they're going to go
We took it
mainstream.
far and away, man. I mean, we were already like partnered with Epic and Fortnite, and we were far and away past that, man. Like,
Jesus, I know.
Well,
yeah,
plus there was a 4 week layoff in between,
Yeah,
so we had ridiculous amounts of time to hypothesize and
way too much
speculate.
free time.
yeah,
Nuts.
yeah. That's not good. That's not
Yeah,
good for the. That's not good.
I agree 100% with both of your guys' sentiments. I believe that I hyped it up a lot myself to myself, and then on the Twitter space as well.
Hmm.
And Rob didn't do me any favors. Uh, but in any case, I can see what they were excited about, and I agree that 50, I felt the same. I was like, this is really cool. I'm glad to see them in the game, but it wasn't quite enough to satisfy me. And then each episode got better and better, with the culmination in 52, I think was really great. So yeah, I agree. And then I love the menu. That's kind of like what cemented it for me. I really enjoy the menu. I think it's a little dark, but I still like it.
Well, don't say anything. I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't like bright stuff on my monitor, anyways. I don't know.
I'm the same way. I'm all about dark mode, so
Yeah,
I'm glad they went a little darker with it.
And I'm in the same boat, but yeah, it is just a tad dark. But yeah, I
it's
haven't seen
it's
the full menu
black.
either.
It's black. It's supposed to be dark. Okay, so let's see. I'm at 24 minutes and 38 seconds with Rob the Fox, and I'm just on this. I paused it on this section here to look at the menu. We got friends online, find friends and settings on the left, which is really cool because you can find your friends. Very, very nice. I'm glad they put that in there. But I'm looking at the overall photograph in the background of what is that? Solace, right? Or cart.
Yeah.
See a lot of balloons. A lot of balloons in the background.
Man, that find friends made me happy when I saw that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm playing big time couple of months now, and really, we miss that over there. You need a friend list because you lose track of each other. Or you
Yeah.
need to go in that Discord, and that Discord, and that Discord. Everyone has his own Discord.
Well, everybody should be in the Corn Mafia Guild Discord. That's
Hallelujah.
there you go.
Yep.
Well, and I'm
Yeah,
curious. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I felt like I was really happy with the whole layout, because I feel like every one of those things is something that you absolutely need in a game, and this makes it look like a really professional, real, console or PC game, not just some like Shinzi blockchain game that you're loading into. And then it's also got that wallet feature, which you don't see in the other games. So it's the best of both worlds right there.
Yeah, you got
It's giving everyone the stuff they're used to.
yeah, you got your characters now. Rob's is up to 128
He's
level.
already at level 128, and he's got 2,300
Yeah, he's
little
got
gold corn kernels.
yeah, he's got 10,000
Are
experience
those
points.
just corn? Or are those gold? Do you
Those
think?
are corn, gold corn. It looks like candy corn.
Yeah, they're corn.
Candy
Do
corn.
you think that's going to be the in-game gold, and that's the symbol for the gold, or is
Yeah, it might
that
be. Might be gold corn.
Is,
Why not?
Hey, quick,
yeah.
before you guys get too far away, I have a question on the friends online. How do you think that's going to work? When you click on that, do you think you'll be able to search? Will it bring up a map and like show where your friends are? Or is that just to be able to party up with them and so that you can communicate? Or I'm just curious of, I know it's going to allow you to find your friends, but in what manner or method?
Well,
Thoughts?
Wow,
they
yeah.
got friends online, so I think if you click that, it'll probably show you where your friends are, right? So you can, or maybe it'll just pull up a list.
I was going to
Yeah,
say, I
that's-
had imagined it pulls up a list of people who are online currently,
Yeah.
but Scruffy brings up something that I hadn't even considered yet. In such a massive space where you can just hop in a game with your friends, like, yeah, that's interesting. How are you going to find them? Is there going to be some system? Would you need voice chat, and you're just like, hey, I'm in this sector, come find me? That's interesting.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
I
very
think it'd be
interesting concept.
super cool if they had a giant map of all the area. I mean, again, in the beginning, just the racing area, and you could pinpoint where they're at. And then when they add the theme zones, add all those to the map. You can see, hey, they're over in this theme zone. And then maybe you click on Solace, and then you get a whole map, and it kind of shows where they're at live on the map. I don't know how difficult that would be to integrate, but I kind of agree with you guys. I think in the beginning it might just be a menu, and you can maybe party up and then connect via voice chat and
Yeah.
audibly tell each other where you're
Well,
at.
it could be like like poker sites used to have it. I don't know if they still do. Like find your friend, and then you can just click on them and go to their table.
Well,
You know.
since in Cornucopias, we know there's going to be certain save points, such as like your home bubble, or if you rent a room on a theme zone. So I don't think that you would have the capability to just zap yourself into the game in any location. Again, that's speculation on my part, but that's the way I interpret it. So but I don't think it would be too hard to even initially just include like next to your name, like Scruffy online mining Solus sector 5 or whatever, so it might be easy to give them just a vague idea, but I would like to see something like more sophisticated, like Scruffy mentioned. So even in game you could like pop up like your little hologram and see where they are or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna press play now and go forward here a little bit.
Wait, real quick. I quick wanted to touch on the quest thing up there, which I thought was really cool. They're
Oh
already
yeah.
thinking about tracking your quests. Because I know that's important to a lot of people. Excuse me, sorry. But I know I like that because I was sitting there. They haven't talked a lot about quest and questing, and the fact that they're building that into the map lets me know that it's an important thing on their list, because obviously the store, the wallet, and your inventory is going to be very important. So I'm just real quick. I wanted to point that out to people.
I also want to do a little quick point out too. I just thought of it as well, but looking at the store, I was just thinking that's obviously going to be like their in-house marketplace, right? And that, I believe, is where we're going to be selling our NFTs if we want to sell them, our bubble jets and things like that. So imagine how much more, uh, you know, like foot traffic you're going to get for your NFTs and things like that when it's a click away from just being in game somewhere. They don't have to know about JPEG Store and go there and do all that stuff. It could be integrated right here into this menu, which I mean potentially could have huge impacts. I don't know. I think that's pretty interesting.
I think so too. I was thinking the same thing. Okay, so we got quests, and I think the quests are going to. I don't know. I mean, is that you think that's the daily quest, or like
I imagine, yeah.
quests
So
that are like, you gotta do this whole big giant quest, and it
I
may
would
take you
assume
a long time.
I would assume there's going to be multiple different types of quests. A lot of games have like a daily quest that refresh, and then they may have just ongoing quests, like lifetime type achievement type deals, and
by
then
season.
they may have some seasonal quests. Obviously, depending on they could even put like the district rewards in there if you're able to kind of register with the district, or maybe even just wherever you have your land plots. I don't know if the districts are going to get the same quests or if they'll get different quests. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack there in the future.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
You
100%.
forgot. I think you forgot the most important one: the story quests.
Well, yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
absolutely. There's basically a playable story. They've already hinted at it. They're supposed to give us an update on the lore pretty soon. And yeah, that will be kind of the main one. And the other ones, I guess you might think of as kind of side quest type stuff. Theoretically, of course.
Yeah, Ninja says he doesn't have a button to request. I don't know. I don't know Ninja. He
Ninja has broken
I
Twitter.
sent an invitation.
Yeah.
Let's see if he has a button to accept.
Yeah.
But
He's
Twitter
had this
does not
problem
like
before.
Ninja.
I don't know.
It's
Twitter does that
it's been
sometimes.
stated.
Twitter does that sometimes. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to press play because we got only 40 minutes to get through another 1.5 minutes of this.
Yeah, well, I
Okay,
don't know if we'll make
so
it all
he
the-
clicks on character, and his character name is Lauren. Then he clicks next to Penny, Mythic Mike, then Seth, then Michelle, and he picks Michelle because Michelle's got some nice brown slacks on. Okay, then he presses play. Or he's going to press play. Okay, and it drops him right into a spot. Now, did he have to choose that spot or how's he getting to that spot?
I imagine they have some sort of like, well, and I'm just totally talking out the side of my neck right here, but I thought about that too because I'd already thought about, where you have to spawn into the game. And I think that that's just like where they're choosing to spawn for now. There may be a different spawning point for us.
Yeah, maybe it's just for a test.
Yeah, exactly. Just as testing, you just spawn in right here. They can choose that arbitrarily. So anybody with actual experience want to come in? Say something?
Yeah. Well, I think that's good. So okay, so she spawns.
It. No one's calling you out. Just move past it.
she spawns in, and she's. I paused it at 25:12. She's on the bridge.
Okay, so here we are at another point that was worth talking about. I think the skins and getting more confirmation that skins are going to have in-game utility. Like, is the hair looking good on other people's PC? It looks bad on mine.
Nah, it looks a little rough.
That might be my during the bridge run.
I don't think it's bad. I think the physics are not done yet for the hair.
Right.
If you see it's just not done yet. I mean, the first Copi Cafe with the gameplay I saw, I hated those characters. They made me love it in 2 episodes. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have poor resolution, so I couldn't tell. It looked like the whole hair was just like bumping off.
I'm looking at it in 4K, and it's not completely hair-like yet, but I don't know what kind of graphics cards they're rendering this in and stuff like that, and what their settings are on.
Absolutely.
So
I'm sure it looks a lot better in person.
Yeah, well,
right?
She's got a nice design on her sweater or her
and
blouse.
It is a work in progress, like Kev pointed out.
Yeah, that's always important to know.
We saw early videos with Abigail running around, and her ponytail looked kind of goofy. Again, the physics of it, and I think that over time, as the game evolves, remember this is like a pre-alpha essentially. So,
yeah, it's version 0.1.
Yeah. Definitely early days. I'm sure that they will get that looking a little more natural.
Yeah, because if you go back to the opening screen, I think it said version 0.1. So it's not even a 1.0 yet version. So, okay, I'm going to press play. I wanted to remark on the tiles on the floor and how the light shines, and the tiles look like they actually have a 3-dimensional depth to them, which I thought was pretty cool. I noticed that when I first watched it. I was like, the tiles look pretty good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Even like the glass in the background.
Yeah, nice reflection.
What were you trying to say, Price?
Just the way they walk looks weird to me. I don't know if anybody else had the same sentiment.
Yeah.
Like 2 shoulders back.
Yeah, it's just the legs is what draws my eyes. It's just an unnatural movement of the leg every time they walk.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I had that comment on Copi Cafe 50, but if you compare the 2 episodes, you already see it's better. It's better. So yeah, we'll see in 2 episodes.
Well, I don't know if they're trying to design that totally in whatever format they're designing it, but I know that you can actually get lifelike 3-dimensional designs just loaded in. So with walking and all that stuff worked on. I know you can do that in Blender and all that stuff, and so I would figure they could find a good representation of a 3-dimensional design and purchase it and drop it in. If that's not what they did already. Okay, I
think it's more about rigging.
Yeah,
that's all.
Okay, I'm gonna play here. Okay, so she's looking around. There's the Jet Hotel. Oh, and there's Mr. Corn, Mr. King Corn. Mr. King Corn's looking at her. Yeah, let me play a little.
I think they called him the Royal Corn.
Yeah. Let me put a little.
So one question on speculation around that is if you can instantly or dynamically change your outfit out. Say, for instance, I'm on the ledge. I put my jumping off the ledge outfit on to protect me, and then I can swap out instantly to a new outfit.
I don't know.
Shazam!
Yeah,
I
that's a
was-
good question.
I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like in the beginning you have to select it in the menu, but with them having utility, I would think that would be something that they would want to put in there early. Very good.
Yeah.
Astute observation.
Good observation. I'm gonna play a little audio from the game. Okay. When they first get in, when they first meet up with each other, just for a second.
Hey. So what have you come as?
I am the Royal Corn.
The
Pleasure to meet you.
The Royal Corn. I shall bow. There we go. Hello.
Nice bow, man. Nice bow. Should we go meet up with the devs?
Let's
See
do it.
who's in here?
Let's do it.
Okay, so they're running. I paused it at 25:44. So did you hear that audio? Did that come through?
Yeah, but it was a little low.
A little low. Yeah.
Especially Josh's. Josh's was lower anyway.
In the game, anyways, in the video.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So
Josh's audio was a smidge low.
So they're gonna go meet the devs. So that means there's a bunch of people already in here playing and looking
Yeah, there was
around.
6 people in there.
But I haven't noticed like. All right.
I want to see like 8 people next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna play from 25:44 on. They're running.
How many people?
I don't know. I'm gonna go to where they meet up with the people. So it looks like there's 4 there, and Josh and Rob. So there's 6. So there's 6 people.
Yeah, you'll notice there's no way, or at least it doesn't appear that you can communicate in game. I'm guessing that they're communicating outside of the game, because I didn't see a way to engage with the other devs, and we never heard from those.
Yeah.
And Josh at one point says that he wasn't quite sure who the other 4 people were.
Right.
But that there was 4
So
people.
yeah, so that Finder thing that might be still in development.
Yeah, in episode 51, I believe they mentioned that they don't have the in-game voice chat working just yet. But again, they alluded to the fact that it's definitely coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that'll be a proximity thing or if it'll be a team thing or some kind of combination where you can toggle it. A lot of games have the option to, do a proximity as well and or like a party chat.
Yeah. All right. I had paused it at 26:32. I'm just looking at the shadows on the floor. They have really good shadows. So that's good. That's good. But I did notice that when I was watching Josh's character that they do walk a little funny. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think their shoes slip a little bit too much on the ground. But
I think it's the hips themselves remain constant while the leg moves. The hip needs to kind of go up to the side a little bit and dip down on the opposite side. I think that's where they missed the rig.
In the immortal words of Shakira, the hips don't lie.
The hips do not lie. All right, I paused it at
they're stiff.
They're stiff.
If you watch when they start to walk or when they slow down, it just seems like their movements are very stiff. Now, once they get moving, they seem okay. And I did see like the one spot where one of the characters was going down a staircase, and it looked really off. But as Scruffy pointed out, it's a work in progress. And as Stein pointed out, it's version 0.1. I'm sure they'll fix that in the next couple of weeks.
Well,
maybe they all have arthritis.
Yeah, they could all have osteoporosis or whatever it is. So
well, if you guys go to 26, just like Dead Even 26, you can see Michelle does have good hip movement. She's pulling a Shakira, man. She's working it.
Jesus, calm down.
Maybe they're all fresh off leg day.
But I think that she is a new character, so maybe they did different on her. If you watch Penny next to her, Penny doesn't have as much, but then the other lady does. They're both swinging it.
She might have had a long night last night with the Royal Corn.
Oh my God!
Now you're talking about. Do you think every character will have his own kind of movement, or?
I don't know. I think that would be really hard to do. I mean, they might get 2 or 3 different versions, but I don't think each one would have its own movement.
Agreed. Yeah, I think they'll have a handful, maybe 2, 3, 5, somewhere in that neighborhood. But and then
let's
kind
hope
of
the ninja's got some agility.
Yeah. So okay, I'm at 26. I'm gonna start playing here because I want to get up to the that when they're walking around. I'm gonna skip up to 26:47.
Just before that, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that these characters are part of the storyline? That's why they're being created the way they are?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know about that. I'm not. I don't know that we can assume that. It could be absolutely, but I don't think that they've started incorporating the storyline characters per se yet. I think these are actually at some point going to be NPCs. In fact, I think they mentioned that, and again, it may have been in episode 51, but I think these will be people that are in the world walking around, maybe sitting at an information booth or working at a store or a club or, things like that.
yeah, I think so. I think because we're going to have to want to design our own characters. Maybe those are characters they design for themselves, or just something to just plop into the game so they can show gameplay. Because the Mr. Corn here, King Corn, Cornhole, Mr. Cornhole. What's his name again?
That's a different website.
Oh yeah, the Royal Corn. Okay, so I mean that's going to be a weird character for people. I think. I mean.
Well, if you look at other games, like of course the dog goes as soon as
My
I open
dog's
the mic,
too over
right?
here. What's going on?
The squirrel moved and she doesn't like it apparently. No, I think you can look at other games. Like I've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately, just like Fryler, and they have some kind of normal player character skins, and then they have some really kind of outrageous ones, like a giant banana or things like that.
Yeah.
And I think what they're trying to do is not just have regular people like you would see in the real world, because let's face it, that can get stale and old and boring. I think it's great that they're bringing kind of a fun factor and that they're already showing us that they're going to incorporate things like that into the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd rock the Kool-Aid
Man.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah!
And his special powers, he can just break through walls in game.
Yeah, there you go. Just smash through a wall. I love the one that they get on them. What is it?
And you can tip him over and pour him out.
Well,
yeah.
Spoiler alert: he won't be red. He won't be fruit punch. He'll be grape.
Grape.
Yeah.
All right, I'm at 24. I'm at 26:47 now, and I'm looking at the Jet Hotel, and then I'm looking really at something that most people wouldn't look at. I'm looking at the electrical and air conditioning stuff over underneath the sign, like they're actually putting that kind of stuff in the game, which I thought was pretty cool. Instead of just not having it and not having a real hotel like facade,
Looks like Kef's got a question.
Yeah, Kev.
Yeah, well, why do you guys think the corn suit is called Corn Royale? Do you think they're gonna be making a battle royale or something, or?
I think I saw it's actually funny. I went to make a suggestion about that into the suggestion section, and then the last suggestion I should say was by Late Game Crypto suggesting the same thing, like a big battle royale. I really hope they put one in, but I also wanted to mention that Rob kind of teased it a little bit when he was talking about the utilities of the suits. He said, like a padded suit could give you like resistance from falling or whatever. And then he pointed out the scepter and he's like, I wonder what that would do. Maybe you could use it as a weapon, in his typical like tongue in cheek way. So he might have been hinting at that right there.
Okay. Rob's always give, which we love.
But yeah, that would be amazing. I think in addition to our own smaller like PvP, which would be like kind of more like multiplayer or whatever, or maybe even in a larger dome, you could host a battle royale. I don't really have a clear concept in my head of how large the large domes are compared to a typical battle royale space. Scruffy or Kef, do either of you have?
Well, yeah, I was thinking, it's so funny. I was literally thinking about this morning because I did play some Fortnite yesterday, and They mentioned before when they were going over all the dome footage and they brought the devs in to run around the domes and stuff like that. They mentioned being able to several things. They mentioned some different game modes like capture the flag. Um, I would be very surprised if there's not a battle royale mode. I would think that you certainly could do it in perhaps all dome sizes, right? In a lot of battle royales, the circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and that might be tough in a small. But from what I've seen, the game footage, I believe they were running around in an epic sized. Not, I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, Copious.
It was epic, wasn't it?
Copious and then Epic. Yes, I believe they were running around in a Copious or an Epic. Excuse me. And I would believe that the Copious, the Epic, both of those should easily be large enough for a battle royale because they had a PvP in the Epic, and they had like three other buildings. They had the concert experience as well as the hotel building, bubble jet dealership, kind of all rolled into one NFT gallery, whatever you want to call that. So if you just had a single Epic dome, I think you could put a very large battle royale in there, and maybe even in large and mediums you could have some smaller ones. There's in a lot of games you have different map sizes for different gameplays. Big wide spread out ones so that you kind of got to run around a little bit and look for people. And then like on Call of Duty they have one map that's super small and it's
Like
just
the Alcatraz one.
a crazy firefight. Well, I was actually thinking of the container one. I forget the name of
Oh
it.
yeah, that's the new one. I don't like that one as much. I like but yeah, that one is crazy small. That one is
But
crazy small.
yeah, so my point is yes, I think they will have it. I think that'll be maybe possibly some sort of kit. You may have it may be like a sub kit, right? Like you have your PvP kit to say, hey, we want to create a PvP game, and then what style you want to do, I don't know. Maybe it'll just be built in, but yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't.
Would you rather it stay in our own custom domes versus being hosted in say like a mega dome?
Well, again, that could be maybe it'll only be available in a megadome, kind of like the racing. Don't know, right? I'd love the ability for us to all build our own maps, and I know Rob has mentioned previously about like the Fortnite building system, where you can go in there and you can build your own maps, and people can decide to come. So
I'm
maybe
quite
both,
sure
but I
that
think Price wanted to chime. Oh, I'm sorry, Ninja, go ahead.
I am quite sure we will be able to do it. As Scruffy alluded to, it's been talked about before by Rob and others. Um, and I think that they were more or less showing us what's possible in that effort referencing. And we've got talent within Mafia to at the very least take a kit or kits and kind of custom build one ourselves. And if not, then we can collab and with other people, and we can get like Ada Lego involved, and we can build one ourselves.
I just want to say, do you think that if you hit the Royal Corn character was a phase weapon and you kill him, do you think he'd pop into popcorn?
That
I
would
would
be a sick
very,
animation.
that'd be.
I would be very disappointed to not see Scruffy run up and start eating the popcorn that gets popped.
I think that would be awesome if they did that. Like what is that? Mortal Kombat? Like
I
your death kill.
Finishers, finish him.
Yeah,
Price,
finish
just
him.
push in at any point, man. Just push
I
him,
want
Price.
a flamethrower, but I want to let Price go.
Uh,
I wholeheartedly agree. I firmly believe we're going to make our own maps. And I think one of the things that you guys kind of alluded to that I'd like to double down on, I think we're going to have melee weapons in this. And I'm speculating here that we could make a melee only map or a mixed melee weapon gun map, depending on the sizes. And I think that's
That
something you should be able to control.
right.
See, I totally agree because something that I always go back to when I think about small maps is one of the first like really fun small maps I played was back in Halo days, and I can't remember which Halo it was, but we would play on this really small map, and we would do swords and rocket launchers only. And it was my favorite way to play the game. Like, I didn't want to play multiplayer with my friends any other way. I wanted swords and rocket launchers only. So, and it made for such interesting gameplay to be able to tweak those mechanics. It reminded me of like old school GoldenEye, you know, like power weapons and proximity mines, you know. So, yeah, I would really love that too. I think that's great.
All right.
All right. So let me go a little bit further on that. The suit itself might have defensive bonuses against certain types of attacks.
I would agree with that. I think that was also alluded to.
Fire would not be one of them.
He would be weak to fire. Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
I would imagine
he'd pop all over the place.
Yeah,
I think that would be cool.
He's super thick, so he probably takes like blunt force damage really well, or something like that. You know what I mean?
But he'd be he'd be very strong against water, probably.
Yeah,
he'd just like soak it all up. And
Pokemon rules, man. He has to be.
And butter, he'd be good with butter. Okay, I want to play. I want to get through a little bit more of this map because we only got 20 minutes left and we only got 1 minute into it. So, all right, he's looking. I'm going to fast forward here a little bit.
What's the timestamp for those of us who just let the video run?
I'm going to stop at 28:28, right in there somewhere. 28:30.
I think in the future we can host this in our own custom dome and just put it on a big screen and people can just tune in and not have to do this clumsy, go to your computer.
Yeah, well, we were also talking about, Farrell and I were also talking about doing YouTube and Twitter at the same time so we can record it for YouTube since we already put it on YouTube. So, okay, so I
think we're obligated to say YouTube one more time for our sponsorship.
YouTube.
There we go. Okay, we hit our quota.
Tubes. So, yeah, she's on this. What is she standing on? What is that? Just
the Bubble Jet Skyway?
Yeah, it just stops. Is it just like a viewing area? Or what is that?
Are you talking about the lift platform that drives her away?
Yeah, it's a moving platform. It's
like a city bus or something, you know?
On 28:30? No, okay. Well, they get on the sky platforms. I see that. I'm playing from now. I'm at 28:40. I'm playing. So they're really pushing that Cardano Carlito Raceway thing.
Yeah, I like. They mentioned in this episode that they had just recolored these too. I believe they were like gray or silver before, and so now they're in the same colors as the various bubble jets. So that's a nice aesthetic touch.
Yeah, I'm still playing them. I noticed that they have these. Oh, okay. That's to hold up the tramway. I was looking at those big pods. Those probably like anti-gravity things to hold up the tramway since they don't have any pillars. But I do see Mr. Corn, Josh, walking around, and you see that big ticker up there with all this stuff on it.
Yeah. And I just noticed Boss Burrito, too. I hate to crush Sakura's dreams, but I don't think that ticker Boss stands for Boss Cat Rocket Club like he thinks.
Probably not. They got a medical center. They got security down there. That's what they looked at that before. Yeah, she's on that skyway just going across. They got a little pond down there, which is nice. Some grass. Not the good kind of grass, just regular grass that takes up water.
Oh, man.
I know, man. Okay.
Well, just wait till I get farming.
Yeah, you get farming your grass, baby. Now Josh is walking around, and they're just looking around. They just did a lot of, like, looking. They didn't really get too close to anything this time. But they're just showing off everything.
You guys just get that announcement about DEGA?
Yeah, I saw that. I just saw that.
I noticed one key word associated. They build questing systems.
Who are they?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I didn't get the announcement.
This is hot off the press, guys. It just got launched in the Cornucopia's Discord.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yeah, well, we're talking about this thing here on Twitter. So they do have a restaurant. They do have a restaurant that I noticed. Well, we'll work on that out. They do have a Rise. Is that how they're pronouncing restaurant? A restaurant?
Restaurant. Hey, I'm back a little bit. It took me a second to pause on it. I don't know if this is something you guys have seen before. I think it's new to me. But at 30 minutes 4 seconds to the right hand side, there's a sign for Cornucopias Racing League. Is that something you guys are familiar with, or is that
they had that in another Copi cafe, I thought. Cornucopias Racing League, yeah. I can see it. I'm at 3037, looking at the sign, and it's behind the sign.
Yeah. It could just be my first time noticing it. All right.
Well, I thought you and Scruffy went over this shit.
You always remember your first time.
Yeah, you always remember your first time.
Unless you were roofied like me.
Look, 10 times you will still miss stuff.
Now,
did you guys see the prices of, like, it was beef, pork, or
it
was like a ticker.
Yeah, they got that up on the ticker, gold. Yeah, platinum. Yeah. But I wanted to. I stopped at 3043, and I want you guys to look at something. And I don't know. You see, if you're at 3043, and you see Rob's character looking at that orange wavy thing, is that just for design? You think, or is that part of a raceway, or something? Do you see what I'm looking at? The wavy spider web looking thing?
Yeah, I think that's probably just design, but it could be a new racetrack, I guess. Although, if you went off the track, I think you would injure a lot of people. So I think it's just a nice design feature.
Okay.
Are you guys talking
like
about
Fremont Street type design thing?
Are you guys talking about when they go down the chute 1,000 feet below the dome?
No, he's not there yet. He's talking about a spider web looking structure that's kind of a double helix spider web type deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, once they go down that chute, right, and we're looking at all the horizon and all of that, there's a point where one of the characters, I don't know which one it is, but they go to the wall and they look down a little bit and they don't let us see a whole lot. But there's something even below that chute, and I kind of think that could be a raceway.
Yeah, I don't think he's gotten there quite yet.
Yeah, that's not for. We won't get there today.
Yeah. I wondered a little bit about that too, Pinball, because when they kind of look off to the left, you get a view of the underside of the floating structure here, and maybe to the underside is where we see kind of that like messed up portions of the Toledo Raceway. I don't know. Speculation.
All right. I'm going to play from here. Then we got Cornucopias Labs up there in the top left. That's a big place, that Cornucopias Labs. We got a burger joint. Then they got okay, now I'm looking at Rob. Josh.
Was teasing us bad about that Labs the other day. Like, really teasing us about what happens there.
Yeah.
Yep. Still a big mystery.
Yeah, they're not walking around as much as they did before.
One thing that bothers me in all of this, I see products and restaurants and all this stuff come out, and I don't have any idea of how we are going to participate in our ability to create products like burgers. That's the part I'm still really confused on. I don't know if you guys have any insights into how we could participate in commerce, other than
possibly they mentioned like merchant NPCs and stuff. So maybe it's still part of the in-game economy for you to supply the cattle and beef or the other raw materials, and then.
Well, and we have to remember, this is kind of a self-contained megadome. There may not be those opportunities for us to participate in here with our own food stands or things like that. Although maybe you could rent a food cart or a hot dog cart or something like that, a pretzel cart, something. But I think they're more thinking about that in the themed zones, right? Not necessarily in this racing megadome. I think that's when we'll be able to create our own restaurants, create our own recipes, our own dishes, sell them, things like that. I think this is just kind of a self-contained unit.
Well, it seems to me that they're doing collaboratives. I guess maybe it's a sponsorship deal or a partnership. Only my only, I guess, insight into that is the hat that Josh used to wear all the time, the peak something or other, Peak Sporting Goods. I've been seeing that in the game too, and I assumed that was a real product in real life. And I'm figuring that's probably what they're trying to do, is connect literal in-life products to the game, so that there is maybe a digital twin, or some sort of deals where you interact in the game, you get discounts in real life, or vice versa.
I think that's the plan in the future, absolutely. But I believe that, like the GTI Javelin hat that he wore, I think they just had that made up at a local shop, print shop, or something like that, or maybe on online. They sent it to one of those print on demand kind of places. And I don't know about the Peak Sporting Goods.
I think
That
you
one
might be
maybe as well.
confused with the Park City hat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't think he ever wore a hat that said Peak. What's interesting though is there was a Peak Sporting Goods in my neighboring town that sold BMX and skateboarding stuff that we'd go to all the time when I was younger. So there was a Peak Sporting Goods, and there could be in other towns. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a really good name that multiple people have come to it by accident.
It could be. It just, the logo looked similar. Maybe I am getting confused, just because that hat hasn't been around in a while.
I had to go back and look. Yeah, his original hat was the Park City hat, and then he did the Jones hat.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I'm confused on it then.
No worries, man. What is that called?
Deja vu.
But no, it's when you think something, the Mandela effect.
Mandela, yeah. For one person only? I don't know if that's a whole...
Well,
he almost had me buying it, man.
Yeah,
I had
man.
to go and look.
Although,
I was like, did he really forecast that far?
I do think that is the plan in the future.
Yeah, I don't think
everything
that...
he said, I believe, is going to come to fruition. I just don't know that they're trying to incorporate that just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What I said didn't necessarily negate what he said.
Well, there's one thing I want to touch on. Are those robots with weapons?
Yeah, the security drone.
What's going on in this thing that we have to worry about security? Are you going to be able to like rob somebody?
Thievery, yeah, pickpocketing, thievery.
Jesus.
Who knows? Murder.
Jesus.
I don't know.
It is interesting to think of what kind of trouble we might be able to get into.
I don't know, man.
Maybe just any kind of drunk and disorderly or lewd conduct. You know, people trying to run around naked, streakers. I don't know.
We can't run around naked. I think they made that point. But I do remember seeing a clip earlier, or not clip, a photo, which looked like a high-speed chase.
Yeah,
I can tell you, I am probably going to have an arrest record in cornucopias because I'm a prankster, and I'm going to prank people. And oh well, if I got to pay a fine, oh well.
But I'm just
sound like a YouTuber right
I'm just
now.
wondering if you.
I'll give you a discount, Ninja. I'll give you a discount, no problem.
Now, if you can rob people, does that mean you can get like gangs of people running around robbing people? I mean, that's going to be a horrible situation. I mean,
Mafia people offering protection.
This place could go downhill real quick.
Well, what if people wanted to rob the actual racetrack? You know, a heist, a caper. There could be a lot of money being bet there, and you know, I don't know. I'm just saying, there's all kinds of things that could happen.
And then there's another project that's getting a dome. You know, 80 inmates. You go to jail. You get thrown in a jail in a dome.
It's the Alcatraz dome. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah.
The way I was originally thinking about it was your crimes in the I guess in Solace and the other location, the other zones, those could carry over to the main. So if you decided, if you had a record and you went into the main zone, that's what would trigger the bot.
That's smart.
That is a good point. Yeah, if you're like wanted or something like that, you got a wanted level, kind of like in GTA. You have so many stars, and you enter the racetrack and go after you.
Yeah, you become like an intergalactic criminal, but it would be nice still to have the safe zones like the city or like these mega domes where you go and like you don't necessarily have to worry about player versus player or things like that, you know?
Well, it would
I'll
be.
tell you what,
Wouldn't it be
I
horrible?
want to hack one of those security drones and make it kind of like one of the Securitrons from Fallout and make it my own personal pet.
I think everybody is gonna gang up on Josh and Rob and start pickpocketing them so they can't even come in their own game. Be like, we can't even get in this
Not
thing.
Rob, but maybe Josh.
I'm going to
Definitely
steal
Mac.
that royal corn crown and scepter.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to say at 3135 there is a sign that says peak. Get lost.
Yeah, it's a really
finding
cool building
yourself.
too. That where it's the architecture of the top of the roof it looks like mountain peaks. I thought that was cool.
Well, all right. I think that's about as far as we're going to get today on this. We almost got to the end. But
I can't believe you're not going on to the what do they call it? Observation tower.
No,
the poem.
We
That's
got-
what I was
we-
curious. Where did that poem come from?
yeah, somebody wrote that. We got like 5 minutes left, guys. So we're going to
fast forward there.
All right. So okay,
Yeah,
where are we going to go? We're going to go to the poem.
Learn some pacing.
You got someplace you got to be. Jesus, man.
Well, no, I got.
Your audience wants more.
Well, I guess.
Give the people what they want.
You know,
I just want to remind
you gotta
everybody
keep
that
'em-
Corner Critter is having a strategy call Saturday. So whatever doesn't get touched on in this call, you could easily do there. So yeah, skip ahead.
All right. I skipped ahead. I'm at 3925, so I can kind of see the floor.
Yeah, I think that is a nice little nugget to the lore. They mentioned that it has some sort of tie into the lore. I think we could probably spend, half of a space just breaking down that word by word.
Yeah. All right. Let me see what they have to say about this floor here.
All right, you wanna let's give them a little walk around of the poem here. There is a poem, and the poem I wasn't looking when I was going down, but the poem is written in bits as we go down. End our mournful song, yet in the clouds we find we belong. From earth's dusk to cloud's dawn, we ascend ever on. Wow.
Man, I'm going to cry. I'm all shaken up.
I think it alludes, honestly, to what we kind of already know a little bit, is that the Earth's been decimated by...
something happened.
Yeah, some sort of catastrophic apocalyptic event. And that they have risen to the clouds as a safe haven and built up away from whatever dangers are out there. And, essentially, we will persevere on, kind of a almost motto poem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but one thing I take away, and maybe I'm taking it too literally, it sounds like the game's dangerous at dark.
I was wondering if they were putting extra emphasis on that too, because they've shown us that they can change it to like dark, and they changed it into that magic hour. Maybe that was just for the viewer. Maybe that has some other significance, like you're saying.
I'm Batman.
Maybe Alfred, but
yeah, maybe Alfred. So I don't know. I think I don't know if the poem really has anything to. I don't know. We ascend. All right, so they go up, right? So maybe it's like Pitch Black, the movie, because if you look at the landscape, it hasn't been blown up or anything, right? So maybe at nighttime there's creatures that have evolved that come out and just murder everybody.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think initially it was a little ambiguous from what I had read of what could have happened to Earth. Was the Earth destroyed? Was it still nearby? How far away are we? But I think now we can assure that it's safe near Earth, but it's not safe on the surface.
Right, because it doesn't look like there's any nuclear fallout because they wouldn't be able to. The cloud.
All I got to say
there wouldn't be any
is
sky.
100.
Well, look, here's the deal. If Stein is right, I'm setting aside Ada right now for the Riddick Vin Diesel skin.
Ooh, yeah. I want those eyes, man, so I can see at night.
I'm gonna get my hazmat suit that's like SPF like 600 million, so that I can go down on the planet's surface and like scavenge.
Well,
I feel like night vision goggles are going to be critical not only on nighttime adventures but cave dwelling.
Ooh, yeah, cave dwelling.
It's kind of weird how the whole game is set up. It's like,
oh, space is over. Goodbye.
Yep. See ya. No. Well, we'll go on for another few minutes.
What?
I think the game to me is weird in aspects that it's high technology, but then they also have really, really low technology.
See,
Retro future.
I was going to say, I love that aspect. I love that kind of juxtaposition where you've got like log cabins, but you've got flying cars and hoverboards. I think that's such a fun little place to live. And you got to sit there and you think, right, this is a society that had some of this technology. And like Ninja talked about, maybe they were able to scavenge some of it and maybe they were able to reverse engineer some of it. But other things, apparently, the technologies were lost to the previous civilization or something. I think it's a lot of fun.
I think so too. What was that? What was that movie with Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman, where they were on that? Where they lived up in the clouds? What was that?
Yeah, Oblivion.
Oblivion,
yeah.
Right.
That was a great one.
So there was still people down on the ground.
Yep.
Right, and they were living very, simply.
Archaically?
Yeah, archaically. Very good. Nice word. And everybody else was living in high technology. So maybe it could be something like that too. Or maybe it could be a little of both. A little pitch black, can't go out at night because there's shit down there.
Well, that's the other thing I love is so many elements. It feels like they've incorporated from so many different genres, movies, other games. And maybe it's just our minds, right, associating that because it's the only thing we know. But you have to think that they were probably influenced by the same things we were, the same movies, the same games, those things. And while creating something new, I'm sure they drew off some of those things. So it's nice to have this kind of melting pot of different sources.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's going to be a great game either way. So I might have to buy a computer to play it. I don't know.
I got to say, though, I think, and it could be like a combination of any of those events, but the creatures roaming seems slightly less possible to me because, well, and it could be possible, but I just wonder, would floating domes be the real answer to that? I feel like the whole surface is just uninhabitable, so plants don't grow. Something's going on. Maybe we just too much radiation. We nuked ourselves.
One thing worth remembering: they talked about pets.
Pets.
I always remember the pets. I love the pets.
Yeah, but they're going to live up in the domes with us.
Right.
So we had to bring them.
We clearly saved. We may have had some sort of arc where we brought a bunch of animals with us. They talked about being able to hunt, animals and deer and things like that. I mean, let's face it. If they know the end is drawing they probably loaded up a bunch of seeds and a bunch of animals into some sort of arc-like either vehicle or structure, or I don't know. Maybe they were building this ahead of time. Maybe they had a lot of advanced knowledge. Maybe it was something that happened rather abruptly.
Maybe we're the aliens.
Awesome. So one thing I've learned is terraforming takes an incredibly long time, like thousands of years, to re-terraform a planet. So they could have people who want to go and live in the simple terraformed planet, other people who like the luxuries that they've already got. But we're witnessing sort of the rebirth of the planet, which I think would be a great lore for this.
Either that, or we're the aliens on this planet.
Unless they change the lore, I think they've already kind of alluded to the opposite of that. In the website, the little bit that they talked about how everyone was kind of finding their new place in this brand new world. So I don't think we've been living up there for a long time and now rehabiting Earth. I think it's relatively new, these structures.
Maybe we flew to a new planet on these sort of cloud structures, and
Well,
I guess that could work. Earth
they
too.
did say that this was Earth. However, those Battlestar Galactica fans out there, they know that what we call Earth may or may not be the planet that we live on right now. Just something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
I see a Cylon.
Yeah, it's just some of the things I felt like they had said something about when on Earth, almost implying that this was the original Earth.
I think it is. I'm just saying.
So.
I really do think that their plan is for this to be sometime in the future on the Earth that we're living on now. I was just trying to throw out some, I don't know. Stir the pot a little.
Well, yeah, it's all speculation, right?
I don't know. But I do know that I'm going to end this recording because I have things to do today. Is that all right? Unless you want to go on some more, we can go on for another half hour. I got another half.
What about doing this every single day?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Game on.
Yeah. There you go.
Challenge accepted.
Day 7, episode 52, Copi Cafe.
Right. We're 3 minutes in.
They released a new Copi Cafe. Screw it. We're staying on 52, baby.
Shut up, Price. Shut up.
You guys are crazy.
These guys have been on 52 for 3.5 months.
364 days later.
Right.
One
I gotta
second.
get out of this space so I can go check that hot news off the presses in the Discord.
Yeah.
Great point.
Well, guys.
No.
All right, guys.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it's been nice chatting. Fun conversation as always.
Yeah.
I've got to finish an errand today, and I'm with my daughter, so I will talk to you all later.
I got a studio to build.
All right. See ya. Enjoy your day. Have fun with your daughter.
Yeah.
I will. Thank you, guys.
See you, Ninja.
See ya.
Great stuff, everybody.
Okay. Scruff, final words? Final thoughts?
No, my mind is a blank. I know it rarely happens, but everybody have a great rest of their day. Episode 53, perhaps this Friday. So only 2 more days away for more new stuff to talk about.
Excellent. How about you, Fry Guy?
Yeah, just as usual, I just want to thank our wonderful audience for showing up and always listening to us ramble on. So, imagine how, right now we don't even have a game yet, but you guys are like really dedicated and it's really well appreciated. So one day I think this space will be a lot bigger, but it'll be nice to see all of you guys still here, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we got a good crowd.
OGs.
Yeah, the OGs.
Yeah, we need to get like Twitter roles for people like that. That would be cool.
That's right.
For real.
The Twitter OG role. Twitter OG role. Yeah. All right. Well, I just want to thank everybody again for stopping into today's Twitter space. It was a little haphazard, but it's fun. It was fun. And I think that's it. So let's roll.
This has been a Corn Mafia Guild Twitter space with your hosts, Stein and Freiler. Please join us every Wednesday at the same time, 5 p.m. UTC. We would like to thank all of our guests for their insights and input on today's topics. We also would like to thank all of you, our listeners, for taking time out from your busy day to join us. A full audio version of this conversation will be provided on our YouTube channel. You can find out more about the Corn Mafia Guild at our website, cornmafiaguild.io. So, until next week, thank you again, and have a great day.